welcome back to the show. What are we gonna do today? I'll let you know. So, check it out. These are the bedsides that I made a video cutting the bed apart because my homie wanted me to do some Baja style, Tacoma dune truck looking thing. Now, look, I am all about that idea. I like it, but you guys, I was standing here last night staring at some of this stuff, and I was thinking to myself, I have a little idea. I want to try. If it don't work, then it don't work. Here's the thing, before I lose any more viewers than I already have. You guys, the idea I have isn't for this truck. It's to use these parts to do something else. So, follow me up, and let's see if we can't make something a little slick kitty. Welcome to the show. Back to the show, where I'm going to show you the show. Okay, so for this idea, we're going to need some parts and some pieces. This is going to be our tailgate. You'll see what I'm talking about. We're going to need these end caps. I'm going to need this one cut back off after welding and grinding for hours. And the tail lights. And I have an idea. We're going to need a bumper, and that means we're going to have to rip the bumper off this, which is fine because I needed that bumper off anyway. So, let's assemble all of our parts and pieces. Let's get everything we need. Like I said, I think you guys will like this. Okay, set all that aside. This won't be needed now. So, let me see if I can get you a better vantage point. Okay, here's what I'm thinking, y'all. We'll put this there. I just put that one up on set down. No, that's right. This one goes right here. We're gonna attach these two, right? These three pieces will all be attached to each other. Drop the tail lights back in. Right? Screw them down. Run some LED lights, Christmas lights, whatever the hell, up into the tail lights. Right? Little 110 switch, cord goes down to a plug. Cut the front bumper off the truck, put it right here. And I got wall art for my wall that I made. It's gonna look cool. It's a good conversation piece, and it puts my truck back to where I like it. I like the idea of the Baja sides, but I didn't want to let all this go to waste, and I think it'll look cool. So, let's figure out how to attach some of this shit. Get this ball rolling. Okay? Like I was saying, all I need to do is screw that together. Here we go. Here's the idea starting to come to fruition. I mean, do I show you guys how to do this, or do I just do it? Because it's not like this is rocket science, you know. I'm kind of just fudging it together myself. Drill some holes, put some screws in it. See what we do.
I'll be back.
I don't want to weld it together. I don't want to run any of the paint. I kind of want paint, so I went and got my rivet gun. Somebody out there is going to be like, that's this size. I don't know what size it is, guys. These rivets or whatever. I can tell you what size drill bit I'm using. But that'll help you. 9/64, so it's a 9/64 drill bit. That rivet's got to be somewhere close to 9/64 because it fits in there. I don't know if you saw that or not. But I'm going to go ahead and pop this piece, attach it to this piece with the rivets, and then I'm going to go over there and do the same thing. Guys, I think this idea will look really, really cool. Especially in me and my wife's bedroom. Our bedroom's got purple walls. I know what you're thinking. Don't care. So, I'm going to pop a few more in this panel over here. Because I couldn't find a rear bumper for this little piece of artwork or whatever, I really didn't want to do this, but what the hell? I like this idea. I like the way it's going to look. I like the thought behind it. So what I'm going to do now is take one of these fenders and the other fender, and I'm going to section these bitches, and I'm going to turn them into overlap and make it look like a roll pan for that back end. So, first things first, I got to learn to quit saying so. Second thing second, I'm going to cut this strip. I've already measured it to match that. It's going to be 7 inches. There's a lot going on trying to like figure that out back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So let me cut this. Damn, that's so again. Let me cut this and we'll play with it over there on that and figure out what we want to do. I can't believe I just took $300 worth of truck bed and murdered it. So now you can see what I'm talking about. I fold this in a little bit. Fold that in like that. Match it up here. Gotta be folded a little bit further. So now what I'm thinking is find center, cut it, find that one, do the same thing, find center, cut it so this arch matches. And it'll make it look like a roll pan. And then hang it on the wall. overshoot my half mark that I think I made off the camera. Eagle eye in it. I'm gonna overshoot that half mark. Right here's half on this. I'm overshooting that by a 1/4 inch. And then I'm gonna overshoot that one by a 1/4 inch. It'll give me a 1/2 inch overlap. I'll be able to overlap these two pieces, set them on this, and then rivet, 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 rivet. Be done with it. It'll hold it together. Maybe even pop a rivet or two into one of these pieces if we can get to it. We'll see. There. Now, where that field door sits, it looks like an exhaust opening. Damn, 2 in a row that I missed. Alright, so I cleaned up the cuts a little bit. I didn't realize that the battery had went dead on the camera. And I didn't realize that you guys couldn't see half the shit I was doing. So we'll see what kind of video shows up. But that's how we want it right there. So I'm just gonna put me a hole right there and rivet her down. The camera running, I left it running. I went to the neighbors real quick and I ran out of SD card and it had all me building these layers. So what I did is, it was originally white, right? You'll know that. I went in and I sprayed it with like a copper, a blue, a little bit of primer, and then I went back and sprayed the whole thing black. Let it dry for a little bit, and now I'm going in with a sander and breaking into some places with some metal and just getting it roughed up, making it look rough, making it look carried away. And then I will rub acid on it, let it sit overnight, let that rust out. And then once that gets done rusting out, I can go back in and clear everything and give it that old school ass look, you know, patinaed out, and then hang. You'll see what's next. So I'm not gonna have camera footage showing me doing all this, but basically I'm just keeping my reference point, as in, say the sun was coming in this way, shining down on it. That means that all this is going to be somewhat tore up by sun. All this edge is going to be tore up. Everything that'll be underneath won't be. So this edge will be fine. This edge will be fine. It's edges that will be hit by the sun that'll be tore up. So keep that in your mind's eye. It's kind of like when you're drawing a picture, where's your light coming from? So let me do all that, and then I'll give you a little shot of what it looks like all sanded down and cleaned up. So now that I sprayed it with blue, sorry that I already started, but what I'm doing is I'm going through with a paintbrush and I'm kind of just finding the spots that I want paint to come through, that I want my undercolors to come through, to give it that patina look. Wife's acrylics for doing like her signs and stuff, whatnot, and I'm literally just going in and finding dark rust colors and like aging colors, and I'm just like lightly, ever so lightly finding little imperfections and brushing over the top of it, kind of blending stuff in, giving it some depth, give it some age. There's like no real rhyme or reason to anything I'm doing. Just kind of just doing it, you know? Makes it look like rust. The same thing, going around with acrylics. This one's a brown and red. And I'm just kind of making my own rust, man. Are you recording?
Yes.
So I painted it, right? And I know that that's going to be choppy because it's just me standing there painting and not really talking and doing a whole lot. But now we went to Lowe's and we found this 16-foot light strip multicolor LED, blah, blah, right? Remote, fun stuff. That's besides the point. So check it out, come up close. See these tail lights? I just knocked the top one out, the bottom one out, fed it through, and then fed it all the way around this thing. So now I'm just going to loop it and it's going to come back. So that way when it's up on the wall, it'll create a light shadow or whatever the hell. That was my goal, at least. I think I did pretty good at spacing this thing out. So now we're just going to finish zip tying these down, get all this the way it needs to be, and then me and her are going to find a way to hang it and put it up on the wall so y'all can see it. And it's finished glory. Well, it's finished, and before she turns and shows you the gloriness that is this, sometimes those projects don't look right on a truck, or sometimes things just don't turn out the way you want, and I'm not an artsy kind of guy, but check that shit out. This is amazing. I mean, damn. Could not have turned out any better. So, that's the video for the week. I realize it's nothing to do with their cars, but this was the panels that Billy got me, Jacob mentioned on using for the Baja setup on the back of the truck. And it just didn't fit. It just didn't look right. So I think it fits way better right there. And it's still part of my homies and still part of the idea. So thank you guys. And then like always, there ain't nothing to it but to do it. Do it right the first damn time, or as close to right as you can get it. From me and Meredith and my family, Madco Fabs, we're out.